We've all been there. You ate the entire pizza or didn't watch where you were walking, and the physical realization of the mistake hits instantly. Describing this feeling requires a specific mental shift, leaving the actual timeline to explain a world that never occurred. Linguists call the tool we use for this past unreal conditionals, but it's easier to think of it simply as the grammar of regret. Mastering this specific structure allows you to go beyond the timeline of what happened and describe the specific weight of what might have been. The core mechanism of this grammar works like time travel. You jump backward in time, change a single variable, and trace a new outcome. English grammar divides this alternate timeline into two parts: the trigger, the changed variable, and the outcome, the hypothetical result. There is a specific structural error that frequently trips up even advanced speakers when they try to connect these two halves. Understanding how to keep these two parts separate is the only way to build a sentence that makes sense to a native listener. Let's look at this textbook to establish a baseline reality. Last month, Gary was in hospital. Rachel didn't know this. To change this past fact, Rachel uses a specific trigger, the word if, paired with the past perfect tense. If I had known. It is important to note that the structure breaks the moment you use the word would in this half of the sentence. You cannot say if I would have known. The if clause is strictly for establishing the altered past fact. Because would signals a result, it cannot exist inside the trigger. Once that new timeline is established, you can move to the second half of the equation, the new reality that stems from the change. For the outcome, we see the required syntax, would have followed by a past participle. I would have gone to visit you. Section B reveals a confusion point. The contraction I'd represents two different words. In the trigger, had. In the outcome, would. You can also adjust how certain you are about the result. Swap would for could to describe a potential ability, or might for a simple possibility. Together, these two sides allow you to precisely calibrate the conditions and the certainty of your hypothetical world. Sometimes you don't need to map out a full sequence of cause and effect. You might just want to express sorrow for a reality you cannot change. Section C provides a shortcut for this, pairing the word wish directly with the past perfect tense. I feel sick. I wish I hadn't eaten so much. The rules of the trigger still apply here. Even in this shorter form, the word would cannot be used when you are regretting the past. Wish acts as a direct emotional bridge to the past, bypassing the need to describe a complex two-part hypothetical outcome. There is one final layer to this strategy. Sometimes, altering a past event changes your present situation rather than a past outcome. Look at the contrast in Section D. We can compare a result that happened in the past, I would have met lots of people, against a result that exists in the present, I would be tired now. To land in the present moment, the grammar in the result clause must shift. We drop the word have to show the effect is happening right now. These mixed conditionals allow you to bridge the gap between a past decision and the way it still affects your life today. Let's see if you can apply these rules to a real scenario. I want you to try rewriting a tragic event. Here is the test case from the exercise book. The accident happened because the road was icy. Construct the correct alternate timeline where the accident doesn't happen. Drop your sentence in the comments to show you can accurately describe the world as it might have been.